Welcome back to my channel. I'm Joe with Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. On today's video, we're going to be smoking up some pork steaks on my Yodel Frontiersman. Stay tuned. You can see, look at this bark. It's crazy. Oh man, this is perfect. It helps to start with a nice sharp knife, okay? Oh my goodness. Look at that. All right, so we're starting with 2 pork shoulders. This was a 2-pack. And the total weight was 19 pounds. So I'm gonna assume that this one is about 10 pounds and this one maybe 9 pounds. So we're just gonna focus on one. All right, so what you wanna do is find this blade bone right here, and we wanna try to stay away from this bone as much as possible. So I'm gonna have this bone to my left right here, and the money muscle is running this way right here, if you guys can see that. So this pork shoulder is not 100% square. So I'm just gonna trim a little bit of this off. And I can smoke this for maybe a snack. This is gonna smoke pretty quick, okay? There we go, just like that. Put this aside. Then we can start cutting our steaks. So I recently saw that Chef's Table and Snow's Barbecue was on there, and I saw some pork steaks, and I'm like, man, I've never smoked pork steaks before. Now, they do theirs a little bit different. They have an open pit. I don't have an open pit, but I do have an offset smoker, so that's what I'm gonna be using to smoke these pork steaks. Now, their pork steaks are about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches thick. So I'm gonna try to go pretty thick. I'm gonna say maybe 1.5 inches. Okay, that looks good to me right there. So just nice slices. Now I did put this in my freezer, just enough to get the pork to firm up a little bit. It's gonna make it easier to cut up, okay? So there we go. Again, try to keep them all the same size. And we'll see if we can get 3 good steaks before I hit that bone. And I am using my Dale Strong chef's knife, which is extremely sharp. So there's 2 steaks. Let's see if we can get lucky and get a 3rd right here without hitting that bone. Oh, we did get lucky. There we go, 3 nice pork steaks. Now you know what? I think I can get a 4th steak. If so, I'm just gonna smoke this other piece with a bone in it. So this one might be a little bit thinner. Let's give it a shot. Nope, I hit the bone. Actually, I think I can cut around it right here. Yeah, not too bad. So I got 4 good pork steaks out of 1 shoulder. And you know what? I think I'm gonna smoke this one with the bone in it. Okay, so this one's gonna be a little bit thicker. All right, I'm gonna slice up the other pork shoulder and I'll bring you guys right back. All right, so I've got the pork steaks cut up. Now I'm gonna mix up my rub. I've got 1/2 cup of black pepper. And 1/2 cup of kosher salt. We're gonna mix this up. All right, so 4 of these pork steaks are gonna get salt and pepper. Real simple rub. Keeping it Texas style, if you will. Now this was a smaller pork shoulder, and I did have to debone it. So this pork steak, this is where that blade bone was at. Now you can debone the pork shoulders yourself, or just have your butcher debone them there, or even slice it up. They do have machines where they can slice up the bone and give you these nice steaks. So you'll have a bone-in pork steak. So we're gonna season both sides. And don't forget about your edges as well. All right, for the second set of pork steaks, I am using this new rub. This is from LC BBQ. This is his certified rub, and it smells absolutely amazing. It says it's good on pork and chicken, but I'm sure it's good on other products as well. It's gonna have a nice red color to it. And I gotta tell you, it smells really, really good. So I'm gonna season both sides, and I'll see you guys outside at the smoker. All right, so I've got my frontiersman set at 250 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and load up our pork steaks. Top shelf on the left side. I'm just gonna pull the shelf out a little bit, make it easier to load. And look at that. These are beauties. That rub from LC BBQ, that certified rub has melted in nicely. And it smells really, really good. Okay. All right, I wipe my hands down so I don't get any of that LC barbecue on these salt and pepper pork steaks. Just like that. All right, we're just gonna slide the shelf back in, shut the lid. Now, I'm not gonna check on these for about 2 hours. I'll see you then. All right, so 2 hours into the cook, and my pit has been running about 250, 265 or so. So I'm just gonna slide this shelf out a little bit. Has some really nice color. So I am gonna flip these, but before I flip them, I am gonna baste them a little bit or mop them with some of the smoke on wheels. This is the pork marinade and injection. I'm just gonna use this as a mop, and I did warm it up. It's got a really good flavor, so just mop some of this stuff on there. Man, these smell really, really good. These ones with the LC barbecue rub have a beautiful reddish color on them. Okay. I haven't spritzed or anything. In fact, that was the first time that I opened the door in 2 hours. Just mop these down a little bit. All right, I'm also gonna mop the ones with nothing but salt and pepper. All right, so I am gonna flip these and also change positions, okay? So I'm gonna flip these over here on the right side, and these with my salt and pepper, just flip them over on this side right here, and flip these over like that. Look at that color, man, that looks absolutely amazing. The aroma that's coming out of these pork steaks is unbelievable. Look at that, man. All right, gonna go ahead and slide the shelf in and go ahead and mop the top of it, or baste it if you will. Technically I'm not using a mop, but same concept. These are gonna be delicious. Now, the pork steaks do feel a little bit firm, so I'm not even gonna check the internal temperature yet. I'm gonna come back in an hour and see how they look, and at that point, I'll go ahead and get the internal temperature. Pork is safe to eat at 145, but I wanna get a good smoky flavor and get these really nice and tender. All right, we'll be back in 1 hour. Stay tuned. All right, so 3 hours into the cook, let's take a look at these pork steaks. Man, they are looking absolutely fantastic. Internal temperature, it says 165 there, 178, 180. Okay, so that's perfect. Got the nice color that I want. So next step is we are gonna put these pork steaks in a pan. See if they fit here. That's my salt and pepper pork steaks right there. And these are the LC barbecue pork steaks, and these have a beautiful color. Look at that. Man, these look fantastic. Okay. All right, so I've got some of the smoke on wheels. Again, this is the pork marinade and injection. Just gonna pour it over the top, a little bit on each pan. Just like this. Then I'm gonna cover the full pans with some foil. All right, so I've got my full pans covered. I'm gonna close the door. We're gonna let them cook inside the full pan for 1 hour. We'll be back. All right, so the pork steaks are ready and they have been resting for 1 hour. Total cook time was right at 4 hours, 3 hours in the smoker and 1 hour wrapped inside the aluminum foil pan. So let's see how we did here. Oh man, the aroma that's coming out of these pans is amazing, okay? number one. So here's our salt and pepper pork steak. Let's slice into this one first and see how we did here. Oh yes, crazy smoke ring. Super tender and super juicy as well. Look at that. Man, that looks really, really good. Look at that smoke ring. All right, so let's grab the LC BBQ, the certified rub. And again, this one, the aroma that's coming out of this pan is crazy as well. Look at the color. Beautiful. All right, let's see how we did on this one here. Oh man, really tender. It's wanting to shred. The smoke ring, believe it or not, has gone through the entire pork steak, except for a little section in that center. Let me show you. Look at that. That smoke ring almost went all the way through. Let's give these a try. All right, let's give these pork steaks a try. I'm gonna try the LC BBQ first, the certified rub. Then I'm gonna try the salt and pepper and see how we did. All right, here we go. Oh boy. That is delicious. All right, let's try the salt and pepper. All right, both steaks are fantastic. I gotta tell you, this LC BBQ tastes really, really good. You know, that salt and pepper, that is fantastic as well, but this one's got a flavor explosion, okay? And again, the aroma that's in my kitchen is fantastic. All right, so I'm gonna do something that you will rarely see me do, and that's add some barbecue sauce. So I'm using the Blues Hog Smoky Mountain Sauce, and that stuff is really good. Let me cut myself another little piece here of the LC Certified and my salt and pepper. I'm just gonna dip this in the barbecue sauce just a little bit. There you go. I gotta tell you, this rub on some ribs with this sauce, forget about it, okay? You try the salt and pepper with some barbecue sauce. If you've never made pork steaks before, I highly recommend that you smoke some up. You're gonna love it. I am gonna be leaving links in the description box to everything that I used in this video, from the rubs, to the knives, to the cutting board that I used. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, Joe with Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. See ya.